All right, folks, here we go. London Classic Reverse. Nathaniels race, first one I've seen in quite a while. And there's no riders on the bicycles, it's just ghost bicycles. Okay, I seem to be having a, there they are. Seem to be having a quirky internet, but here we go. Greater London Reverse, 2 laps, total of 11.4 miles. And Nathaniel says he is going to launch at 0.4 miles to go. So right at 11 miles, look for him to hit it. So then he can quit it. About 300 feet of elevation. So very flat course. And let's see what we have in the way of riders in this field. 132 competitors. The race is on, folks. They're doing 30 miles an hour roughly. That is a crazy pace to maintain and keep up. I'm always happy when I can do 12. There goes the burritos. We had a discussion in the beginning before the race started about binning the burritos. People aren't paying attention. A lot of people dropping their burrito power-ups. There is no reason for that. Muy bendejo. Okay, don't do the burritos. Throw them away or save them to the very end. A lot of folks were not paying attention or just don't care. I think they just don't know what the burrito does. Power up, it's been a while since I thought about it, but basically it messes everything up. So it makes you undraftable, but it also makes anything in your perimeter, your periphery, undraftable, including anybody up in front of you. So if you're drafting behind somebody and you drop your burrito, then you are not draftable behind them, and then you lose your drafting ability. So don't do the burrito unless you are sprinting at the very end for that line, trying to get away, and there's nobody in front of you. Then you can drop your burrito. Okay. So just over a mile in, I got 10 more to go. I'll come back in just a couple as things develop. Okay, we are just 2.3 miles in, and I think I see the peloton stretching out a little bit. So I thought I'd just sort of come back into this in case it develops into something. I really think it's early for that to happen. But as you can see from the blob over here, the peloton is usually a nice circular blob, and this is getting quite elongated. Telling me it's stretching out. Nathaniel's doing up around 400 watts, where normally he's in the 200s when they're just cruising along. So, yeah, things are spread out. Let's just keep our eye on it for a moment. Yeah, he's pushing 400 watts. Going up a little slight grade, that could be why. Okay. Yeah, it's spreading out there. Maybe somebody's trying to do something. And of course, Nathaniel, my boy, is not going to let anything happen without him being involved in it, because he's up there where it's all happening. But then it all comes back together. It's still spread out overall. That's interesting. $30 miles an hour average, or 30 miles an hour actually, right now at the moment. There's a bit of a break in that peloton, isn't there? I see some separation. Still very early though in the ride. Alright, as the dog barks, I will go ahead and pause this for a moment And if it develops further, I'll be back. Right, coming back for a bit because things are getting strung out again. Some of that is partially due to people using their burrito power-ups again. And there was a brief discussion about that once again. That yes, even you lose the draft capability when you use a burrito under those circumstances. All right, a couple people off the front there, and see where, let's see, no, not this one. Actually, that's somewhere in there. Trying to determine the finish line. This is a 2-lap event. And that is 10 point, okay, doing the math. But once again, you can see how spread out, sorry for the fingers and thumbs, but spread out the peloton is. All right, things coming back together. Everybody just cruising along, conserving energy until they get to that sweet spot towards the end. As such, we will return after this commercial brought to you by... There's Nathaniel up in the front. He was in the front. The screen has frozen. I don't know why my screen has frozen. And there's a bunch of bee-headed bicyclists. Okay. Come on, internet. All right, let's see where all this landed. 6.3 miles, middle of the pack. Now he's in the front of the pack. There's some other people further up. Are they further up or not? Or is that the A races? That's a lot of people up there. That could be the A race. I don't know. All right, just over halfway through the race, I'll be back. Okay, nighttime has fallen on London, and we're at just about 8 miles. There's 8 miles. 3 more miles to go, plus a little more. So, after this sprint, we will go away. Nobody's really sprinting for the sprint. Conserve their energy. But we will go away at 8.4, so then I'll be back at 10.4 with a mile to go unless something happens. Here comes the rain in the evening. It's going to make for a miserable portion of the ride, but they'll get through it, I am sure. Yeah, that rain's coming down heavier now as they go through the arch of whatever that arch is. So, that should be 8.4-ish, so I'll see you in a couple more miles unless something else happens. But do notice that the peloton is getting stretched out again. All right, folks, we are in it to win it. We're at 10.4 miles, 10.5 miles, less than a mile to go. And they are on a rise right now of a 1% grade, so picking up a little bit of elevation. Oops, I should pay attention to the camera. Holding this in front of the computer at an angle versus the TV straight on, so as in previous rides. Still wet and dark out there in London on the Classique reverse route. Let me pick up my other device here. We're going to do a sharp hairpin to the right. And then I'm not sure where that finish line falls at this point. Trying to look at the other one just to see. Nathaniel is making his way to the front, and he said he was going to launch at 11, but he's already up there, and somebody else is doing a cloaking device, and that's sort of like his thing he does when he's got that. So 0.4 of a mile to go. And everybody's ramping up. We're already at 700 watts, 800 watts, 900 watts. And he is cloaking right now because he's invisible, but I'm on him, and he is up there. He's going to pop up. He's hauling ass at almost 1,000. He is 1,000 watts all by himself in the final sprint. 0.2 of a mile to go. Can he hold it? He's at 800 watts. Can he hold? You can do it. I don't even see the finish. He's got to keep going so nobody cares. Is that it? I think he... No. Oh, there's somebody else in front of him. Go. Get him, Danny. Get him. You're number 2. You're number 1. There's the finish. Go, go, go. And he is going to do it. I think... Oh, wait. Did he do it? What the hell? I don't know. I think he did it. I'm pretty sure he did it. All right. Way to go, Nathaniel. Rock and roll, baby bear. All right. Good job. Let me post this to the YouTubes.